this is Keiko from Brooklyn Shoe Space. How are you? This is Shoe Talks Quarantine Edition. Today I'm inviting the master shoemaker Marcell. I don't think there's any shoemaker who doesn't know Marcell. He hails from Hungary. He's a big advocate for retaining the tradition and the craft and passing on the information, knowledge. He has a big video YouTube channel and he posts Facebook videos as well. He teaches online, he does private classes. He's very generous with his knowledge. I am gonna see if he is online and invite him on. I was gonna mention, okay, hold on, he's not here yet, so I'll just keep on talking for now. I know him because when I looked him up, he was back in Hungary, but he did mention like, oh, you know, we might be coming to the US. By the time I looked him up again, he was in the US. I got to take some of his classes. He hosted a class with us in New York a couple times, cemented construction, and then I went down to Savannah where he used to be and took a hand welting class. And now he's been doing a lot of pattern making. He's been experimenting with this new software as well. We were looking forward to hosting him back in April, like calligraphy class, like using his software that he uses for his pattern making. It didn't happen, you know, for all these reasons. But yeah. We hope, you know, we can do his classes again, but I think he has like a extensive video series online, so I really highly recommend everybody to take his classes online. Okay, hey, Marcell joined. Okay, so I am going to invite him on and we'll start asking him questions.
How's it going over there?
Hi.
Hey.
How are
Sorry,
you?
we need to figure out how to join.
Oh no, it's
Pretty
okay.
good.
How's quarantine doing for you? Like, are you healthy? Is your family
Yeah, so
okay?
far it seems that we are healthy. The quarantine is, well, you know, we just moved here, so it doesn't feel that, but it's a nice house and really nice environment. So I think we are good. I don't know
Good.
if you went through the disease or not. Well, you know, who knows?
You know, yeah. And you've moved right as you were shut down, or did
Before,
you move
so
before?
we moved
Okay.
the end of January,
Okay. So
where
you
we
had a little
could have,
time.
yeah, we could have known that it's happening. Well, we did not, like nobody else, but
No.
we planned to move in March actually, but we found a home and we decided that, all right, so January is clearly not the time when you want to move from Savannah, but I mean, you know, we just didn't want to let this house go, so we just, okay, let's do it, and
Let's
then
do
let's,
it.
yeah.
Good. So I'm assuming that you didn't unpack everything yet. You know, it
Oh
takes
no,
time to unpack and move. But
no,
did you create like a small space for you to do some projects? Are you working on any project right now?
yeah, it wasn't easy actually. So
No.
we moved here in January, and you know, we moved with a I don't know. Well, we have 3 kids, so the home is actually a, you know, a nice size, but the workshop was a lot bigger. So that workshop could host like 6 people to work. So we had to move the workshop as well. And even if I rented a space to put the stuff in, we wanted to move into a space actually, but we couldn't for obvious reasons. So we put a lot of things to storage, but the 2 storages I rented was full packed machinery, furniture, whatever.
Right.
So I put here everything to the garage, and I didn't even know that I have this much stuff. I do. So for a long
Right.
time, I couldn't even move. It was just
Wow.
enough that we sent the web shop stuff, and not much place to work. So these days, when I start to sort out everything,
Uh-huh.
now it's a lot better.
Oh, good. at least I hope you have access to your hand tools in one spot and maybe like a shoe that you're working on.
Well, so I don't work on many shoes. I work on a bunch of other things. So these days, just before the quarantine, I get a couple of work from big companies to work on patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, I that's what was one of our courses, what you mentioned before I joined, that
Right.
I work with Comelt, Caligula.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a pretty big work. It's more like a month to work for I cannot mention names, a huge company to digitize their old heritage patterns. So that was a lot of work to do. And I have a couple of patterns to work on. And I'm gonna start working on my test shoes as well. I don't have basic machinery here, so yes, I work on shoes, but I can't, show you a beautiful welting or something. So someone wants to see that. My Instagram is full with those things.
Yeah.
So, I prefer to put process pictures instead of ready-made shoes.
Yeah.
For the reason because I'm too lazy to set up a beautiful photo studio in my workshop. So I always just take a picture. Oh, it's a good picture. Let's post it.
Right.
Yeah, and then plus since again quarantine, I can't really outsource anything. So,
No.
but luckily I know a little bit of wood lathing, so I can put these old blades into nice brand new handles. Same for
Nice.
you know this one, right?
Yeah, yeah. The edge. I bought one from your shop.
Yeah, channel knife is a
Yeah,
very rare one. Now it's not that rare anymore. We have
beautiful.
quite a lot of them, not only this much, a lot more.
Oh, okay.
So I'm always busy, not necessarily making bespoke shoes, but it's always something to do.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. Just in general though, so basically you have multiple projects going on at the same time is what I'm getting from you. And right
Crazy.
now it might,
Crazy.
yeah. I think that's, a lot of the makers were saying like, yeah, usually they work on like multiple pairs at a time and they do other things. You wear so many hats because you're a business owner, Yeah. Do you think you'll do something differently after this pandemic settles?
Yeah, that's something gonna be very different. So first of all, there's this factor that I have no idea what's gonna happen, and nobody knows at this point, I think. So it might be that I have to start something which is very different to what I did so far. Means there's one thing I'm gonna do for sure. There's gonna be education. So the reason we moved from Savannah, that here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, we're gonna found a new school. We're gonna teach pattern making. We're gonna teach footwear making, and it's gonna be a regular 1 year long program. So if someone wants to do it seriously, they can come, they join. And again, I don't know if the high residency program means that sitting here 8 hours per day will happen or not, because again, who knows. But what I do know, we're gonna do e-learning platform, and not necessarily for shoemaking, but there's a bunch of things what we can do. So that is something surely gonna happen. And I was before I came to America, I was a pretty successful bespoke maker. Here, I didn't have that much time because I was a college professor. Then I returned the trade in 2018-ish, so it's not very recently when I left the college. And luckily that market is not that much affected by this crisis. So maybe, who knows, I'm gonna just go back and then start making high-end bespoke shoes again. I have a couple of customers, but clearly that wouldn't be enough to maintain a family. So if that's gonna happen, then I'm gonna take a lot more orders.
Right. And I see you post so many videos. So online courses, definitely.
Yes.
Do you have a whole production, or are you doing it all yourself?
Well, so it's impossible to do it all on your own. So what happened, I don't know, 2005 or 6 or something, we have this old camera. I use it usually for sport videos, which we shoot, and family videos. It was a good camera, but again, almost like 15 years old. So I told my wife, girlfriend at that time, that, hey, why don't we shoot a video from shoemaking? Who knows, maybe someone is interested. And okay, so YouTube was very new in that time. It was like only like
You're one of the
200.
first ones that I
Yeah,
feel like you're one of the first ones who posted about shoemaking.
I
You
think
and
I'm
Lisa
one of the ones.
Sorrell.
I'm the one,
Mhm.
probably, because there was
Yeah,
nothing on YouTube at that time. So
yeah,
I don't think that there was anything about shoemaking at that time. So I said, okay, you know what? Why not? So we posted this 7-part video, and it was 7 part because in that time the maximum was 10 minutes on YouTube. The
right.
videos were 240 by 360 pixels,
Uh-huh,
small,
uh-huh. So
short.
small. Yep.
Yeah, so that was the video what you could post. So we posted 7 of them, and there was YouTube didn't even give critic. So sorry, insights. So you don't know how many people watched.
Watched it.
You know the actual number, and that was it. So the insight
Mm.
wasn't there. So I started to start this Excel spreadsheet because I was curious how it goes, and it was like wait a
Yeah.
second, people want to see shoemaking. How is that possible? So anyway, since then we have a semi-professional movie camera. I
Oh,
have
that's
a
great.
light set.
Mm-hmm.
I know exactly what I want to see the video, how I want to write the video. I usually edit the videos for the sole reason because in that case, I know exactly what I want to show with that video.
Right.
So I don't need to rely on people who can edit it. There's one thing I can't really do. I cannot handle the camera and make the shoes because
At the same time. Yeah.
yeah,
Obviously, you need like
those cameras are not iPhones. You don't
6
see yourself.
hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't see yourself what you are doing. It's like someone has to be there normally. Uh,
Uh-huh.
these days, it's a problem obviously because I cannot get anyone here to do that. But
Right.
that is how it's supposed to be. So when you see the cast list at the end of my videos, usually it's one name. Other than mine, it's someone who can handle the camera. So
Right. 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 Right.
other
Um,
things I do on my own.
right. Oh, wow. Multi-talented. You
It's
know,
like I
just
had
gotta
to.
do it, right?
It's not I wanted to.
You had to learn it. Yeah. Can we time travel back a little bit to your like, I mean, I know there's so many interviews out there with you, but would you be okay with sharing about your background, like your mentors?
Sure.
How did you start? How super quickly even?
Sure. So I born in 1971,
Mm.
and I went to school. It's the same old story for everybody. Then it came to the time when I had to choose a trade.
Mm.
And in Hungary, it was a very, very different system. Shoemaking was not a highly appreciated trade. Shoemaking was like, it's hard to imagine here, but there it's like kind of a category of the untouchables. Okay, so shoemaking is a very low level, and that was our family tradition. So it didn't not like didn't pay well; it just wasn't appreciated well.
Right.
So I wanted to do it, but in the same time, I didn't even tell people that I am a shoemaker. I'm in the shoemaking school because it was ended up people giggling. Okay, so I went to the high school in the same time. Morning I went to shoemaking school. Afternoon I went to a special high school.
Wow.
So that was a very tough 3 years of my life. Then I finished both of them. Then I finished the college too. I have an economy degree. Then 1 year in the military, a little bit of my college degree, and then I decided that, you know what, I don't want to do papers. I don't want to do reports and printed materials. I want to do something real. So I pretty much dusted off my tools, started to practice. And
when you say tools, is it your tools that you had accumulated during school and your family? You said it's a family business.
Family was a big part, yes. But when I was in school, I was lucky enough that I had an article coming out from a very popular newspaper in Hungary. And the newspaper, so Hungary had that time roughly 10 million people. And the newspaper printed, I think, like 700,000, which is insane. So literally every single household had one of them. And I was there in like this much, this young fella who starts learning shoemaking, and this poor guy did not have tools, which was right, actually. So I went into these shoe stores, and oh my God, this tool, there was great amount of tools and lust and everything in there. I just couldn't afford it as a 15 years old guy. Right. So if, by the way, if you again can do the time travel, please bring me back there So now I can buy the whole store because
Right.
they were dirt cheap. This money,
Oh,
dirt cheap. Like one
now,
shoe like this was like, I don't know, less than $1.
oh my
So
goodness.
they were
Uh,
great quality ones.
what happened to all those shoe stores and shoe repair
Gone,
supplies and all that? Gone.
gone.
Gone, like poof. No,
Yeah,
like,
disappeared.
oh, that's
Yeah,
such a
just like
shame.
the school, just like the tanneries. The school where I went to was in a street where there were three tanneries in that one
Wow.
street. There was a whole
Wow.
shoe district in Budapest. The fourth
Wow.
district had a
Uh-huh.
bunch of leathers, shoe companies, shoe factories, a lot of
Wow.
more makers. It was
Uh-huh.
insane how many shoes were made in just that one district.
Right. And you totally saw it in front of your eyes. They disappeared. Like,
Yeah.
wow. Within like
Well,
maybe a decade or two?
it was very gradually actually. So the big boom of this disappearance was when the Russian market collapsed,
Right.
and it disappeared from the demand. So at one certain point, Hungary made 7 times more shoes than people live in Hungary. 70 million
Wow. Wow.
shoes.
Wow.
But many of those shoes went to the
To Russia. Yeah, the Soviet. Yeah.
Soviet Union at that time, and then the system changed. Their system changed a little bit, and that
Mm-hmm.
market just gone in a few years. They
Wow.
literally bought everything from Hungary. It was insane. So everybody
Wow.
who exported shoes in there ended up very rich. But that market disappeared. That
Right.
affected the factories big time.
Yeah.
Then the cheap
The
Chinese
vendors.
export, affected the small makers. You
Yeah.
literally walk in Budapest, and every third, fourth little house, you found a shoemaker who
Really?
decent quality, affordable shoes. It was like,
Uh-huh.
let's say, twice as expensive as shoes in the stores. There's a
Right.
huge competition in that time. Some of them
Wow.
were not great. Some of them were really nice.
Right.
So you could find those shoes really easily in Budapest. You just had to walk somewhere and
Wow.
found a maker.
Wow. Wait, tell me, that was like when you were in your 20s?
No. That was
No,
like
then when you're
a teenager.
okay, teenager.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it was
But
like
it's not that
80,
long ago, I think.
86, 87. Well, quite long
Yeah.
ago.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
So 80, end of 80s, there was a lot of
Wow.
shoemakers in there. And there's a couple of them left, but they're old guys. There's no new generation coming. The school when
No.
I graduated in 89, they actually think that ceased the operation 93 or something.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was it
that's a
was such
while ago.
a same thing to do because orthopedic shoes are still necessary.
Yeah.
There's a huge struggle here in this country with orthopedic
Yeah.
shoes, and
Yeah.
people continuously reaching out to me that, hey, I need an orthopedic shoe because of this and this and this, and I can't say anything to them because I don't take the order. I don't make orthopedic shoes, and I only know one or two guys who can, but they also struggle for whatever reason.
Right.
So it's
Right.
gonna be really
And the
tough.
price, yeah, that also involves like insurance and the medical,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that. So the
that's one of the
pricing,
reasons.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's difficult. It's not like a form of art or anything. It's like, yeah, for them it's a necessity. And then, yeah, there's so much more to that.
yeah.
Yeah.